Here in the beautiful London, and we meet interesting people like Nick Ayton. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm very well, thanks very much. Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, you had a good talk on stage.
I enjoyed myself as usual. Yeah, it gets the audience thinking, and people know my views that I'm not keen on banks.
You had a discussion with the Barclays banker.
Yeah, it was one of the duels they've been doing where they obviously have people with different opinions, and I'm not a big fan of banks, central banks. Fractional reserve banking I don't think works anymore, and the value of our currency is being destroyed by the banks.
So what was the score of the duel?
Well, there you go. You see, I probably would claim that I had him on the back foot, had him on the rails, and the referee had to stand in and give him a standing count, I think. So I think I was probably ahead of the game.
For the people who don't know you, what do you do?
So, look, I've been in crypto for quite a while now, since 2013, 2012, 2013. In the early days, we were building blockchains. Then I did my own ICO, then I worked on lots of other ICOs, and then we built our own ICO token issuing minting platform called Chainstarter. So Chainstarter's been pretty successful. Our next venture is that, because ICOs are essentially dead now, there's no money in altcoins anymore, there's no profit. 2017 was fueled by the profit of altcoins. So that's gone now. Yeah, exactly. It's gone now. So a lot of our clients, we flip them to doing private placements. So I've spent the last year building a private office, family office network of investors, and it actually works quite well.
So they get some equity in interesting blockchain companies?
Yeah, well, we don't really touch utility tokens because there's nothing in it for investors. Unless you're a fat protocol or you're one of the big ones, then you're not going to achieve scale to deliver a return. But engineering security tokens is enormously flexible. You can get some shares in a company and you end up with a paper certificate. Well, if we tokenize that, you can have a trading opportunity in the secondary market. So we do that as well. And then the fourth leg of our business is our exchanges. So we have two exchanges in Malta, one for crypto pairs, and the other one is to provide a primary and secondary market for security tokens to fiat currency.
What are the names actually?
So Crix.io has been going since 2014. We soft launched it again in Malta last week. We're plugging some really cool stuff into it. And then the security exchange is Token Writer. So we're applying for our MiFID license, and that should be granted probably the end of the first quarter next year. And of course 2019 is going to be the year of building infrastructure for this asset-backed security big wave, this tsunami of security tokens that everyone's talking about.
It will be the year of the STOs.
I think, STOs is an unfortunate language created by US lawyers, of course. My pet favourite is token generation event. That's rubbish. Basically, if you're a project and you're issuing some sort of value to people to buy, you're an issuer. So let's use proper language. You're an issuer, and a security or an asset-backed security token is directly linked to something that of intrinsic value that can be measured. It could be a share of revenue, profit, certainly related to the performance of the business. But the genius of this token means you can engineer it to be 3 or 4 financial instruments at the same time. So it can be a convertible note, a pref share, it can give you some direct equity, it could flip to give you equity in the future.
Digital.
And exactly, and it's really, investors like that. But the game changer for my investor community is the exit strategy now, because for the first time, security tokens give the investor the opportunity to get out. They can get in, but they want to be able to get out.
And exchange.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the big game changer for this year.
So we're going to see more exchanges of security tokens.
There's about 30 or 40 in stealth mode. Lots of different. There's ours, there's T0, there's securitized. There's lots of them in various stages. Yeah, exactly. And we need them all. because technically this could be a multi-trillion-dollar market. So we need them all, and
Is it going to happen? I mean, are we going to tokenize, for instance, Westminster Abbey? I mean,
actually tokenizing illiquid assets like property and land is still a bit tricky. But generally speaking, what you get with tokenization is that fungibility to trade value in a secondary market. That's the key thing. You know, trading traditional securities, whether it be a share, a pref share, what have you, unless you're a publicly traded company, is very difficult. But when you tokenize things, you know, you not only get a store of records, you can see who owns what, but all of a sudden these things become fungible.
what are the biggest challenges? I mean, if we look at the Netherlands, we only have like 2 STOs at the moment.
Yeah.
And we have like 10 ICOs. So, I mean, what's the problem? Is it
Well, look,
challenge?
security tokens. Look, you can't just write a white paper and get funded these days. So security tokens have to be engineered. So there's a lot more scrutiny on the business case, the valuation. You know, how do you value a security token now for investors? And if you do secondary or third raises, valuation is important. Management team, you know, you've got to have a stronger management team, and dare I say it, also you have to have some governance around what are you going to do with the money, how are you going to spend it, how are you going to protect the investors' interests. There's a lot more reporting obligations. And in Europe, of course, if you want to issue a security token to the crowd, you have to have a prospectus. You know, you can't just willy-nilly just issue something. So there's a lot of people that are nervous of the extra, if you like, regulatory wrapper that goes with a security token.
Do you need, for instance, in Netherlands, you don't need a license. You don't need a license if you raise like under 5 million euros. Actually,
Yeah,
how's it in the UK? I mean,
Yeah, there's lots of rules that work on a combination of collective investment scheme, crowdfunding rules, what have you. So along the different regulations, you can limit the number of investors per country, limit the amount you raise. So there is some wiggle room, but by and large, it's harder to do an STO. There's a lot more scrutiny on the quality, and it should be that way, really, because too many ICOs, they're dog shit, aren't they? They're shit coins. I mean, there's too many of them, and they're going to go to zero, and most of them are at zero. So,
do you have any favorites? Yeah,
favourite shit coins.
yeah, favorites.
Exactly. Well, there's loads of them. I'm not going to name names because it always comes back to haunt you. But here's the thing: if you look at coin market cap, you know you've got the enormity of the market cap, but the value is still in the top 30 coins, really, top 20. So 99% of tokens out there are not worth a great deal. But given that some will eventually deliver, the majority will never deliver. That's the way it is.
And now we come with your favorite coins. Do you have any favorite coins, or like?
Well, I have my own coin, of course. So I'm making a TV miniseries about the Bitcoin revolution. So we, it's going to pre-production. We're only going to make a pilot. It was really a test project to see if we could raise money to not build a blockchain. So we were one of the first to raise money to, in this case, make a TV pilot.
You already found the channel?
Well, I'm working with one of my clients called Bingeable. They are a direct-to-fan video distribution network, and they're a production house, so they're going to make our pilot for us. So we've, and then we're probably going to do a token swap with their platform, and I think we will deliver something for our token holders. And it takes a long time to make a TV. It takes a long time to build a blockchain, but to make a TV it takes a while. So it's been
Which place on the coin market cap?
I really don't think we'll still be small cap. I mean, we don't have big ambitions. The nature of the token was really to raise money using the crypto economy to allow us to make content, really. And there's a lot of other people trying it, so we'll get there.
which website? I mean, you have Chainstarter and this mini-series is...
So we have Chainstarter, we have Chainstarter Ventures, which handles our family office community. We've got a big event in Dubai coming up actually in the middle of November. We have Crix, which is our crypto exchange, and Token Writer, which is our security exchange. So, and yeah, I'm pretty well known around certain parts of the community. I do a lot of writing, and as Jan will tell you, I have strong views on most things.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nick.
Thanks, Essos. Yeah.
Yes.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.